The outstanding success of the modernization of Beitbridge Border post, which included a swathe of infrastructure ranging from a respectable housing estate of flats and houses for government staff assigned to the border post, to the physical development and equipping of the border post itself, has seen a similar option chosen for Chirundu border post. Zimborder's Consortium General Manager Nqobile Ncube says the Beitbridge border post was becoming a bottleneck, while it is an outlet for the region.
The region as a whole recognized that Beitbridge was now becoming a bottleneck. You would realize that there is always this story that gets always told every time, that when Beitbridge sneezes, the whole region catches flu. This is because Beitbridge is the outlet between South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe is basically the regional logistic hub, because it's very rare for any country within SADC to touch South Africa without going through Zimbabwe. That factors into a lot of logistical movement that is involved. So when Beitbridge does not cope, it is not only South Africa and Zimbabwe that are affected, it is the whole region at large.
Last upgrades were done before South Africa got its independence in 1994.
You would recall that the only upgrade that we had prior to this major upgrade is the upgrade that happened before South Africa got independent. For interest's sake, South Africa got independent in 1994. So whatever border upgrade had occurred before that time had taken into fact that there was going to be reduced flow of people, because at that time, because of the apartheid system that was in South Africa, there was a restricted regional movement in and out of South Africa. Then, come 1994, South Africa becomes independent. The whole region basically becomes one region. We all become one people. South Africa is incorporated into SADC and the other regional structures, and the element of free trade finally is consolidated into one. The project brought a solution: biometric access. It basically means you no longer can access offices or in between the phases unless you have got a biometric enrollment. But one of the biggest things that I want to tell you about is that we have got a huge outlay of at least 550 CCTV cameras in this site. And that's a huge number. It basically means almost every square meter is covered. Not only covered, we've got live monitoring of all these processes.
A passerby celebrated the completion of the upgraded border post, but bemoaned delays. What an irony. Joshua Chibundu, Southern Region Regional Immigration Officer, says the volumes being serviced at the new facility have increased significantly.
The coming of the new distribution brought quite a great improvement in terms of the modernization of this border. Previously, all stakeholders at the border were operating using this block where we are in. And imagine all the stakeholders being crammed in this office. But the coming of the new dispensation saw the improvement of this border into 3 terminals. That is the freight terminal, the bus terminal, and the passenger or light vehicle terminal. As a position whereby we used to have long queues in our corridors, nowadays it's a thing of the past. So in terms of client service, there's a great improvement. Just because looking at our figures, if we have to base on the figures for 2023, annually we clear a total of 4,334,102. Then monthly, an average of 361,172. Weekly, 90,293. And on daily basis, 12,899. And imagine, before the modernization of this border, we used to do that in this small, which is downstairs.
A Beitbridge resident, Darlington Muziro, says when they first heard of plans to expand the border, they did not believe it.
Asi nekufamba kwenguva takaona bhodha riri kuvakwa kusvika rapera tatisingatarisiri urongwa hwakakura kudai muZimbabwe, asi nekuda kwevatungamiriri vari kutungamirira nyika yakaita nhano yakakura zvisingaiti. Iko zvino vanhu vakufamba zviri nyore. Ukasvika mubhodha hauchatori time, inguva diki diki unenge wadhindisa, unenge waclear, kana even uchiclear motikari it will take you only a few minutes. chero vari kubva kune dzimwe nyika vari kuimura kuti vedwe bhodha rachinja ranaka kudai.
Samson Masego from South Africa, who has been using the border post for years now, is full of praise for the facility.
I'm transiting going to Mozambique, so I'll pass Harare and then Yamapanda. Before it was not easy, it was so difficult to cross because the road inside the border, it was not well maintained. But now it's 99% good. The border inside is 100% perfect.
Tinashe Kajese, like many others, has been frequenting the border post. But the latest improvements, he says, have made processes more efficient. Josephine Uta, Beitbridge Border Post Acting Regional Manager, unpacks the benefits associated with developments at the border post.
This separation of traffic allows us as ZIMRA to accord specific attention to particular traffic so as to enhance and facilitate trade. Advantages that came with border upgrade. It came up with enhanced revenue collection and generation, enhanced trade facilitation, enhanced revenue collection.
Tabiso Hapazari says the upgraded border post has made processes more flawless, but however, expects more life-changing opportunities.
Border redu ravandudzika rakanga rakamboipa zvikuru kwazvo. Richisimudza dust rimwe risingaiti. Asi iko zvinoravakwa zvakanaka zvekuti mota nevanhu hazvichafambi zvakangosangana zvisina order. Zvava neorder zvinhu zvese zvakufamba in time. Saka toda kutenda hurumende yedu nekutibatsira isu sevagari veZimbabwe. Zvichiratidza kuti nyika inovakwa nevene vayo.